How's it going, my true people? Dr. Slack and the Slacking Doctor, back with another tier list video today, as we are tiering all of the legendary Pokemon, and this one is going to be scientifically, undebatably accurate. As ever, as with my starters tier list video, I have only factually accurate opinions. My front office was established because several people decided to follow me based on my wisdom, to join me in a kind of community to learn from me and my so uncontroversial opinions. And so any tier list, anytime you're arguing with someone about what's the best legendary, what's the worst legendary, just refer to this tier list. There's nothing but facts here, objectively so. And I'm sure if you check the comment section down below, if people have commented, which they probably haven't, it will be full of people just agreeing with my opinions. No one will be offering dissenting views, I am almost certain. So, that being said, I'm not going to pretend that I can separate competitive viability from my opinions on Pokemon, or that I can separate design or anything like that. All of it's going to get mixed in, and I'm just kind of going to go with my gut, and offer my I was going to say opinion, wisdom for you all to revel in. Let's say it like that. So, I just clicked on the tier list maker on legendary Pokemon. I don't know if they're all here. You can complain at me for why Shaman Skyform isn't here and stuff, but I just actually it hasn't got the new ones. It hasn't got the new ones, but the new ones I don't have an opinion on yet. It hasn't been enough time, so fine. All right, kicking off with Zygarde for some reason. Why aren't they in the order of the generations that came out? And that annoys me. Is it just Zygarde that's wrong? It looks like it is. He's all right, but actually, I need to do these. Let's go for perfect. I can't remember how I did it for the starters one. Prefect, yeah, that's what I wanted. Perfect, great, good, meh, delete. Perfect. He's meh because he's alright, but like, he's too big. He looks like a transformery robot-y thing. It looks like she's from like a mecha anime, which is fine. I like mecha anime. It's cool. But I never thought Big Zygarde fit in the Pokemon franchise that well. If it was like Zydog, I'd put him in great along with Zygarde 50, to be fair. But this is the reference image I have. Maybe I'll balance it out at like good, because across the line they come out at good. I just think the big one's really dumb. Like, I don't think he needed it. I think if you had left the 10% and the 50%, and the 50% is really fun to use in Draft League and stuff, I think if you had left those two, fine. I don't know why they had to make him really big like that. I don't get the point. He looked like he fit with the trio for Kalos as he was. It just felt like someone in the office did this design, and they were like, this is cool, but it doesn't fit the game, but it's cool. And I think sometimes you gotta know when, like, if you're a writer or an artist and you make something that looks cool, but it doesn't fit like the ethos of the game or the aesthetic or whatever, then you just drop it, right? You don't continue with it. Yeah, I'm going off on a tangent now. Yeah, it just feels like, I don't know, overwritten. Too much. Don't like it. Articuno goes straight up in great. It was my favorite of the bird trio in Gen 1. New Articuno stays right there too. Zapdos, actually now, I think I prefer, and new Zapdos would go in perfect. If we had Galarian Zapdos, that's going in perfect, but we've got this Zapdos. I'm going to put it in great. Yeah, it's fantastic, right? Does anybody not like these? Really meh. I don't think Moltres is a delete. It's fine, but I get that in the 3D models, it looked really bad for a while. Like, go back to Gen 6, Gen 7, this big rubber chicken, it didn't look good. It was a bad look for Moltres, so... but otherwise, it's fine. It's fine. They're a fine trio. They look a little bit plain nowadays. But Articuno and Zapdos get some nostalgia credit, I think. Mewtwo, we're going perfect, right? Awesome backstory, fantastic films, really cool design. Like, yeah, he's weird. He's got ugly feet. He's got an ugly tail. I get that, but I've said this for a long time. Some Pokemon are ugly and that's a bad thing, and some Pokemon are ugly and it's okay because, like, their overall design is good. It's still good. It's just like, oh, what's wrong with your feet, Mewtwo? But I get why you have weird feet, because you're a weird clone creature. So that makes sense that you would have ugly feet. If you had really nice feet with manicured toenails, I think it was a bit strange. I'd wonder where you found the time. And I'd wonder how they cloned that. Can you clone a manicure? I don't think that's in your DNA code, so I doubt it. Mew... solid. Also, really big feet. Are they rabbit's feet? It's a cat, right, with rabbit's feet? I've never really thought about it like that. It's a bit of an abomination in that sense. But it still goes in perfect, right? I don't think there's anyone who doesn't, like, who started... Maybe I'm a Gen 1er, I am old, I'm ancient, so maybe I just have nostalgia for these two, but, like, they just knew how to do legendaries back then. There weren't too many of them in the game. They were elusive, they were powerful, Mew especially, like, you know the stories about Mew under the truck and stuff, we all know those. The speculation on the playground for me, aged, like, 4 or 5, how do you get Mew? People who got the Mew trading card when the film was released, like... Fantastic. They knew how to do it back then. And not that they don't now, but they're not quite as good now. I think the world's changed. I don't think it's Pokemon's fault. I don't think you can roll out things the same way that you used to. I kind of want to put Raikou in perfect. Yeah. It's so good. It's got like a cloud mane. I love that. I love that because, right, it's like lightning and then it's got like a cloud kind of above it as its like mane. So it's like lightning coming out of the cloud, like, and then its tail comes out. I think it's really cool. I think the design choices here are really, really interesting, really cool. It looks like a supernova revived Jolteon. I kind of get that. So it's that way of sparking that debate where we all go, are these revived evolutions for these three? And they knew how to do it back then to kind of set us off and get us speculating. And I really, really awesome design. I don't know why I'm hesitating. They're all three going there. All of, like, Shiny Entei, possibly the best shiny. Shiny Aegislash is also really good. There's a lot of really good shinies, but Shiny Entei, peak performance. All of these are fantastic. They're so good. Oh, and even though I don't like Suicune in competitive, who does really, right? It's just a bit obnoxious to play against. I think it's good. I don't have the patience to use it. Ben and I have often spoken about that. We're too impatient to be a Suicune player. But I don't, I have complete respect for people that use it well. It's a good mom. And its design is fantastic. Its design, like, it's... The one thing that does weird me out of it is its tail, because it's like these two ribbons that, like, go alongside it, almost like the wind and stuff. Really cool and all. But, like, where do they come out of? And I know that, like, a tail kind of, is just, like, cartilage or whatever, isn't it? Like a dog's tail is just... It's not like bone, is it? It's just... Is it bone? Or is it just cartilage? I don't know what the composition of a tail is, right? But... I do know that they just kind of follow on from a body. I had a dog, he had his body, and then it just went into tail. It made sense. Suicune, I'm like, does that come out of your anus? It doesn't look like it's in the tail place. Is it actually from the hole? It makes me slightly uncomfortable. That's the one I'm actually going to move you down for that. No, you have an amazing... No, I'm going to move you down for it. It's the one thing that's always confused me about Suicune. I've always looked at its kind of like double-pronged tail and just thought, why? Where does that... I don't know why it's weirder than Raikou's. I think it's because there's two of them. And does it come out as one and then separate, or does it immediately come out as two? In which case, I don't know. And if it comes out as one and then splits into two, can it get further split? Because that sounds really painful. I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of questions Suicune's tail has always raised to me. It makes me uncomfortable. Also, I apologize if I pronounced it wrong, because my whole childhood, I think I called it Suicune or something, and then I got in the Pokemon community, and I think people call it Suicune. I don't know. Lugia. Yeah, this is going to be... People are going to be raging. Everything's going to be perfect. He's got big hands. He just wants to give you a hug. He's like, whoa, I would let Lugia spoon me. Like, those big, safe hands wrapped around you at night. You're just there like, Lugia, I feel so comfortable in your arms. Very good hands. My hands aren't that big. I wish they were. Small feet, that's fine. It's better than Mew's weird feet. He's got a bit of a belly as well. Like, he's got ever so slight, like, you'd rub it at Christmas and be happy. I like his little, like, fins that come up and down like a car with emergency, like, spoiler braking on, like, a supercar. I think it's really, really cool. I love the film, Pokemon 2000 film, fantastic film. He's got great eyeshadow and mascara going on, which I respect. He's just a stylish bird. Ho-Oh! I've gone back and forth on Ho-Oh my whole life. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. It has chicken syndrome, right? It definitely has chicken syndrome. And it can fall into that. But then other days you look at it and it's got like the rainbow behind it and the anime and shit. And it's got great colours. Like that orangey colour on its wings. Oh, fantastic colour. They got the colour dropper like on that one. They really pinpointed it with the little dropper. Solid colours. I really like the colours. If you slightly go boz-eyed and just like, blur the colours, it's really nice colours. It's so hard because it is chicken. It is chicken. I like chicken. I'm gonna put it in great because I like chicken. I think it's better than those two, right? Nah, Zapdos. Yes, don't argue with me because I'm always right. Onion. I like Celebi. He's a good onion. Shiny's pink. I like it. I respect it. A man that can wear pink is a good man in my book. So, I think... he's got a weird head, though. He doesn't look like an onion. It is weird to have an onion fairy. But then, weird isn't bad. He's also got either very bad insomnia or fantastic eyeliner. I rate the eyeliner. There. Yep, and you can time travel, and you get bonus points for time traveling in this because it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. No, he goes there. He doesn't have chicken syndrome, which is always a bonus. And I like the fact that he's got like one coloured peck. Maybe he works that one out more and it's changed colour. And one coloured hip. I like that. I like that he has a little bit of colour on his body. He's got nice shoulder pads. They're pretty cool. I always think he's got the most of a face of all of them. Like, he's really... Because he's got a nose in the middle and then an eye either side, which is most facey to me. So, I respect him for having an actual recognisable face. But he is just a load of rocks stuck together. But then he's supposed to be a load of rocks stuck together. But then that's quite boring. But then that's... Sometimes Pokemon has to be a little bit boring. Ugh, everything can't be a 10 out of 10. He's fine. I don't think he should be deleted or anything like that. Regice is slightly worse. Yeah, it's got nice angles. But he's got less of a face. He doesn't have nice shoulder pads. And he's just one colour. It's not great for him. Registeel is my least favourite in competitive, and so... And it just is... I don't know about him. He's just got funny proportions, hasn't he? Like, he's kind of got that whole, like... Big boobs, little waist, big booty thing going on. He's got, like, an hourglass figure. But in a way that you're like, you paid for it. Come on, Registeel. No amount of squat's got you that booty. You know what I mean? Which is fine. But... On a legendary golem, it undermines his character slightly, I think. I want my legendaries to be focused on guarding what it is they're supposed to guard and not preoccupied with plastic surgeons. My opinion? Just my opinion. That's how I feel. So he goes there. Actually, I think he's worse than Moltres because now I've really talked myself into it and I'm not sure I want to be his mate anymore. Lati. Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. The Lati Twins, phenomenal. Another great movie. Pokemon Heroes. Fantastic movie. Great colours. Shinies used to hate, now like them. I think they're kind of funky, a little bit vibrant. I like the more like muted colours of the regular base forms, but so I didn't really like the shinies. If we had to put the Megas in here, delete. Straight and delete. All they had to do was make them different colours again. It was that easy. I understand that, like, you're bringing them together. You're making them as one. And, like, in the movie, they could do that whole, like, shite sharing. That's the one. Sight sharing. But it was boring, right? It was boring to have a Mega Evolution that was identical for two Pokemon. I know it wasn't identical, but it might as well have been. Yeah, really, really disappointing. But still, these two guys, perfect. Just pretend their Megas don't exist because they are fantastic little jet plane dragons. They're so cool. I do think Latios is better. Actually, no, Lugia's got nice hands. I'm going to leave it there. Speaking of nice hands, Kyogre. Thing with Kyogre is he's got nice hands, but he hasn't got the arms to hug you with. So you wouldn't want to be swooned by a Kyogre as much as a Lugia. That being said, Kyogre was my OG. My favourite Pokemon game was Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, Gen 3, but specifically Sapphire was, I think, the first one I completed, with a Swampert and a Kyogre on my team when I was a child. I really like this thing. I briefly played VGC, very briefly, and very badly, and it made me not like Kyogre very much. But when I put that to one side, and I'm not that crazy about the primals, but it does have a fantastic shiny. Phenomenal shiny. Is he better than Lugia? My nostalgia says yes. My eyes right now say no. I think I like Lugia more now. I'm sorry, past me. My childhood just had a fit. But I'm gonna stick with it. Groudon was always the weirder of the two, right? He has like a bit of a hunchback. He needs a cane. His tail's slightly weird. Like, it kind of looks like a slide. I always thought if you sat on Groudon's head, you could kind of slide down his back and then off his tail and into a swimming pool, which would be fun and would be a good reason to have him as a pet. So maybe he gets brownie points for that. He's got some nice spikes going on. I respect him for that. He's got a really nice mask with a little like dangly bit that comes down the side of his head like sideburns. Some good mutton chops going on. I like that about him. I think he's good, but I think he's do you know what? I'm looking more at Articuno, the more I'm like, I've overrated you from my childhood nostalgia. Yeah. 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 Alright, well, we all know this thing's just... When you saw this in Gen 3 and you were... How old was I in Gen 3? When year did that come out? I was about 11? 9. I reckon it came out around 2003-ish. That's my guess. I was 9 then. Figure out how old I am now. Too old. Fantastic. Was for a long time my favourite legendary ever. Phenomenal shiny. Thing is, I don't know if I like him more than the other guys that are imperfect, but... And that's all that matters, actually. All that matters is how much I like something. All that matters is how much I like something. And I've actually misordered these because of that, because we do them in full order here. I think Entei goes, yeah, and then I think you maybe, and then you maybe, and then... Yeah, good. Good explanation as well. I'm glad you all agree with my reasoning there. It was sound. It's hard to argue with someone who won't explain themselves, that's all I'm saying. Jirachi, fantastic. I think I like this thing's film with Absol in it, right? I was quite young when I watched it. And by quite young, I mean like 18, 19, probably older than some of you watching. But I quite liked it. No, I think I was still at school. I think I was probably 17. Anyway, yeah, because Jasmine let me in, so I must have been... It's not the point. I must have been like 16. Good. I think I liked it. It was a long time ago. I like Jirachi anyway. The film's not important. We're not ranking the films right now. We can rank the films if you want. Do I? Yeah, I like him on. Yeah, I like him on that. Yeah, because your tail weirds me out. Butt tail. Oh, do you go into perfect? You probably do because I can't fault your design. You have the little belly eye, and I love your belly eye. Are you better than the Lati twins? No. Neither's Kyogre. Actually, I'm gonna keep moving you up, lad, because you are amazing. I love Latios. Yes. I'm glad we established that. No. Yes. No. Yeah. Good. Deoxys. Fine. Just good. Like, absolutely fine. Cool designs. I like the Delta episode bit in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I know people like to give it some shit because maybe it was short, maybe it felt tacked on the end, whatever. I wasn't super into the Pokemon community at that point, so to me, as nothing but a casual fan, when I played through that game, I enjoyed it. I think it was made for the casual fan at that time, and that's what I was, so... Yeah, solid. Also, he's got nice spaghetti arms. He kind of reminds me of a Curly Wurly, and I really like Curly Wurlies, so brownie points. But he's just a bit like irrelevant a lot of the time, isn't he? So, Uxie, originally this channel was gonna be called something Uxie. Doesn't really matter. It was gonna be a channel name including Uxie. My mascot was not gonna be Slacking. It was gonna be Uxie. I think actually you go above... I think you and Azov both go above Entei. No, Entei's fantastic, right? Entei's fantastic. Yes, I really love Uxie. I think it's got a phenomenal design. Competitively, it's the least interesting of the three to me. I've used it, it's fine. It's definitely good, but design-wise, I adore this thing. I love its little sleepy face. It reminds me of my inner self. In fact, I think it is my inner self. I think inside, what I am is a Uxie wanting to be spooned by a Lugia. I think that is who, at my core, I am. And Azelf is definitely like the most like cooler design of the three. Mesprit's pretty cool though. I don't know. Azelf's just got like the right balance of cute and cool. Like he's got a slightly, they've all got slightly chubby bellies that I'd like to poke and rub slightly. And he's got, I don't know, he's got a good like, I don't really know what it is about Azelf now. I'll try and analyze it. You look like you could swing him around by his tail, let go, and he'd fly into a dartboard head first and stay in it. And that is what I look for in my Pokemon. Next up, these lads, super meh to me. Q, Eric, Raging. Eric's not watching this video. Q or the Gen 4 fanboys, Raging. Dialga's definitely better, so I'm being harsh on him. He's going to go there. They were just too much. They were the reason that I didn't buy Gen 4 when it first came out. I actually went in, I was in year 7 at school, so I was 12 turning 13, and I went in and Pokemon was not cool, right? I'd been secretly loving Pokemon for years, but not publicly. Like, I had big street cred to maintain at 12 years old. It just, you got picked on for liking Pokemon. I got picked on a lot as a kid, so I stopped liking Pokemon publicly. Very simple process. Then when Gen 4 came out, I was already like, Gen 3 was my favorite game. Nothing could top it. Saw these lads on the box art, and I was like, oh, they look like Digimon. Oh, they look like Megazords. Oh, they look like anime characters. Whatever it was, I didn't think they fit what I'd seen from Pokemon previously, and I still to this day do think they were too grand. I think they reached too far in that game with like having a god Pokemon, a space, time, and antimatter Pokemon. I felt like it was all too much, and they still to some extent do. I think they overreached, and they didn't need to. I think they could have kept... I like Pokemon at its best when it feels like local stories, like Kanto, Johto, Hoenn feel like local regional stories. They feel personal and intimate, and that's what makes them special to me. That game felt more we were trying to go global. I mean, I know that Gen 3 we had a little bit, we were going to flood the whole world, but that's not the point. They were too much. They were space dinosaurs, and I like space dinosaurs. Extreme Dinosaurs was a great cartoon where they went to space, but I didn't like it in Pokemon. Palkia in particular, I'm actually going to move down to delete because he has a cock for a head. Like, this is a shaft. There's no denying this is a bollock and this is a shaft. And that, we've seen Combusken. Penis syndrome is a very real thing in Pokemon, and that has massive penis syndrome. And I don't like it. I don't like his feet either. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like how he's constantly stanced like he's squeezing out a big poo as well. He's like, arms by his side. I don't like it. Constipated penis Pokemon. No one wants a constipated penis. That sounds horrific. So, delete. Heatran really grown on me. The competitive definitely made me like this thing more. Its design's pretty cool anyway, like a kind of lava-y man, but he's got random bits of metal on him which are odd. But I love using this thing in competitive too, which helped. And he is definitely cool. And I just think he would run funny. I think I'd like to ride on his back as he like scuttled. He might scare me in real life, but I don't know. I'm gonna put him. I really like Heatran. I'm gonna put him there. Good. Just super meh, right? Like, I get people, I think the thing to Regigigas that ruins it for me is that too many people like him. Too many people, like, draft him in draft leagues and be like, I'm going to be the one to make Regigigas good. And this is all my friends, so I'm not trying to call anyone out. But I just always am like, why? Just accept he's shit. I've accepted Slacking's shit. Until they give them hidden abilities, they're shit. Even with Protect, it's rubbish. I don't like it. I've never really liked the Regis. He's definitely the best of the Regis, and he has nice grass boots, and I think that is worth some brownie points. He's environmentally friendly. He's not killed any cows. He's got funny, like, he kind of has a haircut where it's like he's gone bald on top, and he's got grass around the sides and back, which isn't the most stylish haircut, I'll be honest with you. Sorry to any of my viewers that have lost their hair. He doesn't have a good haircut, but he's got nice lights. I also, the other thing with Regigigas is, where's his face? Because your face is here, your face is here, your face is a fucking clusterfuck. You got acne worse than teenage me. But, where's Regigigas' face? Because he's got these, like, traffic lights, and then he's got this strip of, like, hollowed out lights that haven't got anything in them. Also, the movie with these lads in that I watched the other day was not that good, and they made weird fucking noises that everyone loves. Everyone's like, the Regis make great noises. No, they sound weird. Right, back to overcooked Pokemon. They left him in the oven too long, but he is pretty stylish. He's a big goth dragon boy, and I respect that. So he can go right there, and that's accurate. Cresselia. Alright, so... Yes, we all hate playing Cresselia in competitive Pokemon. I get it, unless you're a Cresselia user, in which case you probably love Cresselia. Fine. I'm not a Cresselia user, however... Cresselia does look nice. Like, that design, he's got, like, the rings of Saturn around him. He's got little hands that are, like, cupping his boobies. He's got, like, a moon head with it's almost like a banana split head, isn't it? I like that. I like a banana split. It doesn't make me uncomfortable like Suicune's split tail, so that's a good thing. It has got a bulbous spot, which I've never really noticed, and now I want to pop. But other than that, and its body, if you kind of, like, cover up its, like, extremities... and just look at the shape of its body, it's a bit like the Loch Ness Monster. Not necessarily a bad thing. I reckon you go at the top of good, because you're better than these morons. Like, imagine walking into a pub, and Groudon sat at the bar, hunched over, beer in hand. My fucking wife, she's doing my... Oh, you just like, oh, not Groudon. No, he's going to tell me about his 8 children. Oh, why did you have so many? Use protection. Anyway, we will move on. Fiona, right? Yeah, Fiona, cute boy. It's just good. Nothing wrong with it. It's a cute boy. Cute boy's a cute boy. I've really put myself off Groudon saying that. I don't want to have a chat with him. Manaphy, happy chappy. Happy chappy. Didn't love using it in competitive, but think I used it wrong. I want to try Manaphy again sometime. I think in Draft League I could get more out of this Pokemon than I did last time. I really do. I think I could get a lot out of this in the future. I'm trying Victini right now, and I'm doing well with that. I like it. So, Topper good. Not great. It's not great, right? He's got a bollock on the end of his head. But he's good, and he's kind of just a sack of nothing, right? I don't know what they're supposed to be. Comment down below what these are based on, because I'm sure there's some kind of aquatic creature they're based on. But right now, he just looks like a potato sack with a smiley face and a bollock on the end of his head. It's not what I look for. But he is happy, and I like that about him. Darkrai. Sick, right? Sick, right? I mean, I'm not even a big Darkrai fanboy. He doesn't really register on my radar that much. I don't think about him that much. I play Draft League primarily. I don't really fuck with the Ubers. It's just Darkrai's not a Pokemon that's in my brain. But when you stop and look at Darkrai, you're like, that's some bling. Sometimes I think it's his bottom of his jaw, and he's got like a massive underbite because it kind of looks like teeth. But I like that too. I think it's just bling though. Sick hair. He's been growing that for a while. Very wild white hair. And to go on the all white hair was brave. And I respect his style choices. So he definitely goes in perfect. He goes quite high in perfect. He goes just behind Lati. And it's only because I really... He could be better than Lati. But I'm going to keep him there because of nostalgia. He is really cool though. Damn, Darkrai's sick. Okay, Shaman. This is Shaman regular form. Really cute. It's got Manaphy of like being really cute. But unlike Manaphy, isn't a sack of potatoes with a bollock. He's a hedgehog with a flower, and that trumps potato bollock. So he's gonna go higher. Does he reach perfect? The thing with Shaman goes top of great. My problem with Shaman is I feel like they didn't color his body. Like it's just too white. You know what I mean? I'm not being funny. It's just too white. Like just make it like off-white, make it grey, make it blue. I don't know. It's just too... It looks like they forgot to click fill on his body. And that's always confused me. My dog used to pick up hedgehogs and bring them in. We'd set them free. We didn't let him eat them. He couldn't really eat them, to be honest with you. He was a big dog, so he could get a whole massive hedgehog in his mouth. He couldn't really eat them much as he tried, because he just kind of would pick them up and then be like, because he'd have the spines in his tongue. But they're a nice brown colour. Why couldn't it have been a nice brown colour? Shaman Sky, however, I'm using right now in Owl, plug to Owl, and I love that thing. I've absolutely swear by that thing right now. Shaman Sky would go bottom of perfect. It still has, I think it's still the wrong colour a bit, but it's really cool. Stupid. I think most people agree this thing's stupid. Why make a god Pokemon? Why make him a llama? Why make him have like this weird thing with every type? They just went like back to Mewtwo being like, makes sense. You had Mew, you had Mewtwo. You were interested in cloning. This was the 90s. Very topical. Then we get in the 2000s. Nothing's topical anymore apart from... What happened in the 2000s? Credit crunch? Bankruptcy? Can't really put that in a Pokemon game. So... It wasn't that interesting time, I guess. It had nothing topical to factor in. Not like now when we're going to get the COVID-19 Pokemon in the next game. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just too much. They didn't keep it simple. They didn't explore a theme that was really interesting to me with this Pokemon in particular. I do think the whole like space and time theme is more interesting for the other legendary trio in this. But just having him as God, maybe I don't get it. Maybe there's stuff I don't know, but just boring, isn't it? He doesn't have penis syndrome though, so he goes to top of delete. Cobalion, really cool. Cobalion's really cool. He's got good pointy bits. Good pointy bits get you bonus points. Excellent shoulder pads. He's got a great chest hair. Oh, the more I say about him, the more I realise this boy is suave as shit. If you were in a bar, you're having a drink with your girlfriend, or maybe, you know, you just met a new girl, you're a single lad, you met a new girl, you're chatting her up, you're like, you know, how you doing, can I buy you a drink? Cobalion sits down on the chair on the other side of her, and he's like, hey. You'd be like, we'll go to a different bar. We're leaving. I don't want to sit. I don't want to be in competition with him. He's got too much style. That guy, he's got money. He's like a prince or something. He's just strolled in. He's definitely a prince of some foreign land. You can't compete with that. You can't. Unless you're watching this and you're a prince of a foreign land, in which case, let me know down below, because I didn't know I had any princely viewers. You can't compete. He gets big points for that. He also is probably a dick, though. I bet he's really smug. Yeah, you were nearly imperfect, but now I've thought about it, I bet you know you're... Yeah, I bet you know you're an exotic prince, and I bet you never call the ladies back. Unlike Terrakion, who would do anything for a date. Look at this big lad. Why, he's a bruiser. He's a big boy. Do you want to give him... pat him on the head? Hello, Terrakion. You're a good doggo. Yeah. Excellent. I'm glad we're all agreed. Virizion. Virizion's the princess to Cabalion's prince, right? You sit in a bar, you'd be like, oh, she's got money, she looks fancy. You wouldn't talk to her, you can't afford to talk to her. But you would think about it all night and never pluck up the courage. We've all been there. But she's too good for you, and she knows she is, and that's slightly upsetting. So she goes top of great as well. Also, she's got a head like a fucking hammerhead shark, but without eyes on the ends of the hammerhead bit. And I've always been confused by that. Why does she have that? Don't know. Torn. So Torn T. See, I hated these. When these came out, I really hated them. This was one of my biggest bugbears about Gen 5. I was like, oh, they haven't even tried. Why release a legendary trio that all look exactly the same? Moltres, Zapdos, whatever, they all look different. Yeah, I still do. I get they have different color palettes on their body and different helmets and different tails. But I do think that, no, I do like it. I don't know. I go back and forth. But what they do have is great mustaches. And if there's one thing on this channel we appreciate, it's a great mustache. So they get brownie points for that. You are like, you're good, you're fine. Torn T would go higher. Torn T would be top of great, I think. But as I'm going to average the two of them out and Torn I goes in meh for me, I'm going to balance it to be about here on no logic, just because I dropped in there. Thundy T, big chest lad. Big chest lad. He's really, he's intimidating. I like Torn T. Or Thundy T. Thundy I is better than Torn I, but Torn T is better than Torn I. Thundy T. I hope you're keeping up with me, because I'm struggling to keep up with myself here. Go in there. Kind of got anal beads on his tail. Not a bad thing. Just interesting. Then we've got Reshiram. This video was once PG. It hasn't been for a while. Reshiram... Again, they had the Gen 4 box art legendary syndrome of putting me off the game because he had a fucking turbo tail, like that heated up. He was a dog. What is he? He's like a dog angel? Now I've said that. Dog angel. Yeah, I like him more. Now he goes higher. I'm going to put him... I like him more now. He was just too much. But now Pokemon has got so over the top with its designs. The Reshiram no longer looks that over the top to me, and I'm going to put him at the top of good. Definitely cool. Zekrom, stanced, right? This is a wide boy stance. This is come at me stance. Very cool. Very nice color palette. All blacked out like those modern football boots now that everyone's wearing blacked out football boots. Are they still cool? I don't know. I'm old. Very cool. Very cool. But not an angel dog. Maybe he is an angel dog, but he's like a black angel dog. Damn, he goes there. Ooh, he goes there. Black angel dog. Still got a turbo tail, which makes me uncomfortable. It's not right, but it's fine. Lando T, very cool design. Very cool. Gen 5 sprites looked excellent. Lando I, the middle of the three Landos. So I'm going to put him of the three, not Landos, whatever they're called. I don't know. Incarnates, that's what I was looking for. I actually think it might be the best because his tail kind of grosses me out, but in an appealing way. Do you know what I mean? Like these bits here, is that flesh I can see? Like, does that just go into his body there? Is that skin? Like, are they hives? Is he okay? I don't know, and it grosses me out. And if he hit me with it, this looks so strong and powerful. It looks like it would hurt like shit. But I kind of dig it. And kind of is intimidating. Great cocky face as well. Great, like, come on then. And he's not sideways stanced. He's square on. He's squaring up. These lads are like, I'll fight you, but I'm going to lean back and kind of stand sideways on. And I'm a bit worried about it. Whereas he's like, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm Lando. I like it. Kieran definitely got penis syndrome, right? I mean, his head's a bit bigger and is more like a metronome Willy, but they exist. I don't know. He's definitely... he's not delete, is he? Kieran Black and Kieran White stop him from being delete. Okay, Kieran Black and Kieran White are going to be like up here between great, yeah, probably great-ish, yeah? Fantastic, really, really cool. Regular Kieran, just like, doesn't the weight of his head like topple him over? He's got no balance. He looks so unbalanced. Looks like if you went up behind him on his tail and went, oh, 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 he'd be like, no, 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 no. And you'd be like, huh, legendary Pokemon, my ass. Yeah, I don't like that about him. Too unbalanced. But other than that, you know, Willy head syndrome, but he's saved by his forms. Keldeo, don't rank Keldeo based on this one, because this one's weak. The one with the big horn should be the only Keldeo form. They shouldn't have just made two. They should have just made Resolute only with a big fucking horn, because that one's sick. Keldeo, one of my favourite Pokemon to use in competitive play. We have a Keldeo analysis video coming up this week. Plug, plug, plug. Look out for that. If you think Keldeo is bad, I'm about to prove you wrong. Definitely my favourite of the swords. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. I really like this thing. Keep going. Oh, I like it more than Heatran. I do like him more than Darkrai. I do like him more than Lati. I like him more than Lugia. He's just become such a meme because in the front office he's such a meme. There. I really love Keldeo now. There. I'm going all day. Second. No regrets. We're fine. Meloetta. This form, never liked it, right? I never liked the whole singing thing. The fact that it has like a microphone built into its fucking head. What? It has music sheet as its hair? What? Like, why would that organically occur? I understand Pokemon takes like some weird liberties sometimes. So, you know, why would Shaman... No, that's a bad example. Why would Jirachi have ribbons on his head? I know. Why would Jirachi have ribbons on his head? I guess to attract a mate? Oh, they can't mate. It's not the point. Yeah, that really doesn't make any sense, actually. But I like it. That's what matters. I like the ribbons. I don't like the music sheet hair. I don't like the microphone. I do like the fighting form more, which means that you don't get deleted. You go at the bottom of Met. No, you're better than Registeel. You go there. Oh, you're not better than Registeel. Meloetta is just super, super meh. Almost deletable. I like it in competitive. I think it's fascinating in competitive. Really interesting Pokemon. But design super lets it down. Genesect, top category meh for me. Oh no, shiny Genesect. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Shiny Genesect looks fantastic. But I never got into this thing. I was never digging it. I never was. He's fine. He's like, unlike Darkrai that's super irrelevant in my brain but looks awesome. This thing's just like irrelevant and just looks a bit weird. I like him. Just I don't think about him. He's not in my life. I'm over him. Xerneas. Oh, we're back up to perfect, lads. Where do we go in perfect though? Phenomenal design. Xerneas is so cool. So cool. And I didn't play enough VGC to hate this thing, so that's good. So cool. Oh, this is how you do a legendary Pokemon. Is it the best box art? Is it better than Lugia? On design alone, it is. Do I like it more than Lugia? Maybe. On design alone, this thing's phenomenal. It looks incredible. The way that it's like horns change color or shit or whatever they do. I don't fucking know. But it's my list and it's how much I like them. So it goes below Lugia. It goes below Lati. It goes there. It's like up with Darkrai, a Pokemon that I don't think about, but just that is how you design a box art legendary. Maybe it's over the top. Nah, because he hasn't got the bulk. That's the thing. He's not as chunky. So he doesn't look as over the top. Or maybe by Gen 6 I just got used to over the top designs. I don't know. Yveltal, I've always felt weird about Yveltal because I feel like if he wanted to enclose himself, he could like wrap himself up into a little like ball that you could like bounce around because his hands and his tail are like symmetrical. Why are they all the same? Why has my music stopped in my headphones? What's going on there? Why does he have completely symmetrical everything? I don't know. What do I want to listen to? I don't know. Albums. Give me an album. We'll go for some of that. Why not? So, he's got a good mane though. I respect that. He almost has Willy head territory, but he doesn't, so he gets away with it. Nice feet. Good talons. He definitely goes into the good, but I didn't like him initially, and now he's grown on me. He's like Groudon. Same syndrome as Groudon, but better. He's going to go there, because he's so good in competitive. I love using this thing in competitive. So good. Not that I get to, like, ever. But really cool. Yeah, I like it. He's also kind of veiny, and his veins make me slightly uncomfortable. Oh, don't look at his veins for too long. Ooh, Diancie. Now, this thing goes in perfect. I love using this in competitive, Mega and regular, although especially regular. I have drafted regular Diancie twice. I have won the league in which I drafted regular Diancie twice. Oh no, I drafted it 3 times. EGBA low tier tour broke that streak. But in full leagues, I've drafted it twice, won the championship twice, so kind of a lucky pick to my brain. Really good, and Mega's really good, but regular Diancie is the best, don't at me, the best budget fairy in Draft League format by a mile. So good. And its design, right, it's cute. How can you not like this thing's design? It's like a pretty princess with a nice diamond, but it's not too full of itself. It's not getting into Virizion like haughty territory. It's still humble, and we appreciate that. Maybe because it's young, maybe it grows into Virizion, but that's fine. It's cute, you know, he's got a nice diamond tail. I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna stop. No, I'm not. I'm gonna stop there. Good, good, good. Glad we all agree. Hooper. Hooper. Hooper's definitely cool, right? He's got nice rosy red cheeks. He's definitely like a bit above meh. But how often do you think or care about Hooper? He's just one of those Pokemon that didn't get the rollout he deserved, didn't get the, like, just never got my juices going. Hooper Unbound gets my juices going in competitive. I'd love to use that thing. Just click Banded Hyperspace Fury. I have drafted and used Hooper Confined once. It was fun. It definitely is cool. It definitely is cool. How cool? It's like Fion, right? And Manaphy. It's got some faults, but it's good. I'm actually going to put him at the top of good because Unbound is really sick too. So, top of good, and I don't think anyone could argue with that. Volcanion just suffers from Hooper syndrome. A lot of shit from around this time. McGinn, Hooper, Volcanion. Maybe I wasn't tuned into the rollout for them, and that's what it was. But I just felt like they were, like, underwhelmingly promoted and designed and, like, distributed. They weren't elusive enough for me to care, or cool enough for me to care that they were elusive. And I couldn't get them readily enough to give a shit that they existed. So, for me, that's not a good thing. But really nice colours. Really nice colours. And I'll give him that. He's going to put him there. No. There. Nice colours. He's got Suicune syndrome of, like, that makes me uncomfortable. His, like, rubber band, his rubber ring makes me uncomfortable. I kind of... Does it open up? I think it does, and that weirds me out. Ooh. But if you cut off that, if you just... Oh, I'm just cutting off my face. Whoop, made the webcam go crazy. If you just cut off his, like, his... If you cut off his thing, his rubber band, his rubber ring, he looks really cool. Just as like a heat mountain. He could have been better. His feet are excellent. His legs are excellent. His face is phenomenal. Great face design. Anyway, Type Null. I love the Type Null Silvally idea. I think that's where, you know, I was talking about like simple designs and stuff and simple ideas. Yeah, those two conquer it for me. Now, I've been put off them because I don't like them in competitive particularly. But design-wise, they're really, really cool. Really, like, strong, powerful looking. Oh, and they're kind of like, is it chimera? Is that the word I'm looking for? Idea of, like, different animals glued together. The idea of one of them having a helmet, and then when it evolves, it bursts free of its helmet to reveal its true power. Really cool. I actually like Type Null even more, I think, than Silvally for that exact reason. I actually think it goes in perfect, because that thing was just fantastic. It's not really a legendary Pokemon to my brain, so I'm not ranking it against these guys. I'm just ranking it as, like, how... I think I put you too high. No, I didn't. You are phenomenal. Yeah. Good. Good. Really good. Really good. Tapu Koko. We're back up here, lads. Tapu Koko goes just below Jirachi for me. I've always thought he was, like, maybe a little bit... When I first saw him, I was like, wow, that might be my favourite Pokemon ever. I do that a lot, by the way. When a new Pokemon comes out, I'll be like, that's my favourite Pokemon ever. Berserker. But, he just... I think maybe he got loved too much, and the inner edgelord in me was like, huh, people love Koko. I don't love Koko anymore. But I do. He's definitely really cool. I think his, like, omnipresence in Draft League as well maybe made him slightly boring to me. Tapu Lele, I like even more. I think Tapu Lele is really cute, really cool design. Definitely one if I was a young lady that I would be like, oh, this is my favorite Pokemon. And I appreciate them doing things like that, whilst also making something that young lads can be like, okay, it's powerful. I respect it, you know? Because when I was a young lad, I was a bit of a bitch for things like that. I'd be like, that's for girls. But now I'm older, I'm wiser, I'm more mature, and I appreciate a design like Tapu Lele. Tapu Bulu, best Tapu. Best Tapu. We're going to keep going. Bull ring nose. This boy's a... Oh, look at him. His body shape and stuff does make me uncomfortable. I do look at him and I'm like, you're all lungs, Tapu Bulu. Like, that's what... Where's your stomach? Because I get, like, you have a rib cage here. I can see from the shape of your chest. There's a rib cage. But where's your stomach, Tapu Bulu? Do you just inhale food and then shit it out through your cowbell at once? How do you shit, Tapu Bulu? There's a lot of questions about Tapu Bulu that when you really look at him make you feel deeply disturbed. But then you just look at his bullish nose ring, his massive wooden head, and his horns poking through, and you're like, legend. Absolute legend. I'd have a beer with Tapu Bulu. He's funny. I'm going to put him there. Good, good, good. Tapu Fini was also my favourite of the Tapus at one point. Now... I find it so bland in Pokemon leagues, like in Draft League, but it's definitely a great design, so yeah, you can't, like, I can't knock it. I really like Tapu Fini. When I look at it, I just find its usage to be dull. These were incredibly meh to me. So boring. So boring. I think they're better than these guys, though. Just so boring. I don't know. The way they were in the game, Nebby in the bag, I didn't think it was that great. I really didn't. Maybe if I was a kid, I would have done. Maybe as a child. But, like, the point of Legendaries to me, Legendaries are like that, you know, Gucci handbag, that Louis Vuitton pair of trainers, whatever it is. They're like, I don't really know fashion. I mean, obviously. But they're that unattainable. To me, they're like that car that I've always wanted. That would be my unattainable thing. They're like the car that I've always dreamed of driving and know that I never will be able to drive it. That's what legendary Pokemon should be. They should be this virtually unattainable thing that you aspire the whole game to just get a glimpse of and hope you can catch. Something to be aspirational towards. And to me, having Nebby just around for the beginning of the game really devalued that. Because suddenly he was just like one of the lads. He was with whatever her name was. Lily? I think? I don't know. It just devalued it, made it less interesting to my brain. So yeah, wasn't keen on that. Solgaleo, badass, right? This is definitely a perfect design. Shame it was in the worst game, but I shouldn't slam it for that. I didn't slam the Tapus for that. This is such a good design. Oh, we have to go just below Jirachi. Because I like Jirachi a lot. Really, I'm actually going to be Jirachi above Tatalati. Actually, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I don't know what's happened, but I've really felt passionate about Jirachi all of a sudden. Okay. Yeah, Solgaleo is really cool. I've never got to use it particularly. It definitely looks fantastic. I mean, that's how a legendary Pokemon should look. It strays into, like, looking like it's from a different game franchise a little bit, but it's definitely really cool. Definitely really cool. Lunala, never really liked it. It's fine. It's just, I'm going to offend some people. It's top of meh. No, yeah, top of meh. It's okay. I don't know what it is. I can't explain this one. And I don't need to because it's my opinion. And as I've already said, that's all that matters. Necrozma, really nice colors. Really nice, like, absence of light kind of design going on. Really cool. Some cool forms, but I don't really care about those. Really fun usage and competitive. Slightly OP this generation, but still not crazy. Great ability, great signature move and Photon Geyser. Oh, this thing's the epitome of cool, right? I'm going to go all the way to perfect. I really like this thing. And it's got like loads of colours on its face, which we can't really see here. And I like that. I'm going to put it just below Tapu. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep... Yeah, I'm going to put it there. No, I'm going to separate the Tapus. Good. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad we're all in agreement. We're down to the last one, Magearna. Zacian and Zamazenta. You can put the one with the shield, the big shield doggo. That's the one that I got. You can put him in good somewhere. And the one with the sword doggo, dumb, really dumb. You put him meh with like Kyurem levels of meh. Oh, stupid. Why has he got a big sword in his mouth? Well, I don't get it. Don't get it. Were there any other legendaries in this game? Oh, Eternatus, pretty cool. Yeah, goes in good. Eternatus is fine. The big Eternatus, meh. What's the point? Don't really like it. Don't think they gave us any other legendary Pokemon, did they? We didn't get a legendary trio, did we? Zarude. I like Zarude's design. Zarude's design is cool. He'd go in good as well. Glad we cleared that up. Magearna, definitely cool design. Obnoxious and competitive, of course, but it's never made me hate it. I'm not one of these people that kind of whine about competitive meta games too much. Definitely cool. How cool. That cool. And you can't argue because I'm right. Weird arms, slightly looks like a matron, but I kind of like that. Definitely a robot, little bit definitely a robot. Good analysis. You like that analysis? I can't really explain it. I just don't really care about Magearna that much. Like, it's just not, it's been relevant because of competitive play, but in-game stuff never gave a shit. I like his shiny. I love his original form. If it's like origin form had wider distribution, like the the old looking one, then I'd put it higher, maybe perfect, because the old one looks fantastic. Like AZ's Floette. AZ's Floette, put that bad boy in perfect as well. Is Melmetal legendary? If Melmetal's legendary, just drop it in the bottom somewhere. I like using it, but I think it looks dumb and I don't really care for it. Good. We only had 2 deletes. That's pretty good by my standards. That's pretty good by my standards. Well, that is the objectively accurate legendary Pokemon tier list. If you guys made it this far in the video and you're not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. We also have a subscriber Discord link down in the description which you can join, talk about Draft League shenanigans and all sorts else in there. Give me video ideas and tell me how right I am with this tier list. I would love that. So don't forget to join that. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Leave a dislike if you think that I'm wrong so that I can find you and sit you down for a nice cup of tea and discuss why I'm right. Thank you so much for living around with me, and I'll catch you again next time.